7 morning habits to protect your kidneys, even in stage 5, have successfully stopped and even reversed GFR decline. We've seen this happen in the medical literature, but here's the truly exciting part. There are people watching this video right now, yes, some of you, who can testify that these improvements aren't just possible, they're happening. Think about that. A process once thought to be inevitable, the progression of CKD, is now being challenged by real-world results, all thanks to key changes in lifestyle and habits. So what's the secret? It's specific habits that protect your body's precious filters, your kidneys, at any stage of CKD. You could start seeing a difference in just 7 days, starting from day 1. Day 1, try Cordyceps tea. Cordyceps. Who would have thought a parasitic fungus could become your kidney's best friend? Cordyceps is something I've recommended as a supplement to many patients. Yes, I genuinely believe in this little parasitic mushroom. Why? Not just because of my experience with patients, but also because of the Quran Library, our version of the Bible for science lovers. According to it, Cordyceps preparation significantly reduces serum creatinine, and it's incredibly powerful at stopping proteinuria. If they say Cordyceps lowers serum creatinine and tackles proteinuria, you better believe I'm listening. Now, if you've been thinking about supplements, that's great, but have you tried making tea with the stems? Not only is it fantastic for your kidneys, but it's also surprisingly tasty. Who knew parasites could taste so good? It's like Mother Nature saying, sorry about all the disasters and bad stuff, here's a mushroom. This recipe is easy and delicious, and you can enjoy it every morning if you like. Here's how to make it. Place 5 or 6 stems into 250 milliliters of boiling water. Keep the water at a rolling boil on high heat for 1 minute. After 1 minute, turn the heat down to its lowest setting, cover the pot, and let it simmer gently for another 15 minutes. You'll definitely want to use a timer for this recipe, because studies have concluded that the ideal steeping time for dried mushrooms is exactly 15 minutes. Why 15 minutes? Because in tests, longer steeping times reduced the potency of compounds, and shorter times didn't extract enough. Plus, oversteeping the tea can make it a bit bitter. So what if it tastes a little odd? If it's too strong for your palate, try adding a touch of stevia, or not. Maybe you like your tea warrior style. Let me know in the comments which team you're on. And don't forget to like this video and share it with a friend so they can try the recipe too. By the way, when you make this tea, never throw away the stems. They're rich and unique in powerful compounds like ergosterol, a provitamin form of vitamin D, and cordycepin, known for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Alright, we've just kicked off a powerful habit that could positively change our health, but how do we know it's actually working? Day 2, update your health journal. Morning is the perfect time of day to update your health journal, because keeping one is one of the best things you can do if your goal is to improve kidney health. Why a health journal? Imagine Sherlock Holmes tracking every clue in a case. That's what your journal does for your health. Did your blood pressure rise after too much sodium? Did your blood sugar improve after adding apple cider vinegar? Your journal will know before you do. The same goes for your weight and all the other info you need to track. Not recording your health is like trying to bake a cake without measuring anything. Sure, you might get lucky. But what if you don't? Plus, accountability is huge. There's a saying, what gets measured gets managed, meaning if you write it down, you're way more likely to stick with it. The result we're aiming for here is to begin, or continue, improving your kidney function. Reversing kidney disease, that's our goal, so take those steps and make sure it gets done. Day 3, liquid motivation in a cup. Next up, day 3. Let's talk about a good habit that helps you get things done: coffee, or as I like to call it, liquid motivation in a cup. Now, I understand coffee isn't everyone's favorite drink, a little sarcasm there. Maybe you don't like it, maybe you think it's unhealthy, or maybe you had a traumatic encounter with a bitter espresso shot in your youth. But if you keep an open mind, black coffee in the morning can actually be a great addition to your routine. Why? Because moderate coffee consumption is linked to several benefits, including a reduced risk of heart disease. Plus, for those with diabetes, coffee may even help improve how your body processes sugar. But remember, moderation is key. A single cup can energize you, while 5 cups might turn you into a jittery squirrel bouncing off the walls. Coffee itself may have some benefits, but the best part is the extra motivation it gives you in the morning, especially if you use that boost of energy to get things done. Day 4, starting an exercise routine. Dear friends, it's time to break a sweat. And by breaking a sweat, I don't mean chasing after your dog that just bolted out the front door. I'm talking about intentional exercise, because as we all know, exercise is the master key to improving health. It's good for everything and everyone. Here's a fun fact about working out: you can actually choose your type of workout based on the health metrics you care about most. You all care about your health. I know this because I've received this question from many of you more than once. I want to start exercising. What kind of exercise should I do? Well, the short answer is, whatever you enjoy. Zumba? Pilates? Go for it. Yoga? Stretch it out. Whatever you like, as long as you enjoy it and can stick with it, just don't push yourself too hard. Now, here's another fun fact about exercise: different types of exercise target different health indicators. It's like commissioning art for your health goals. Got diabetes? Hit the weights, resistance training, weightlifting, using machines, or even just flexing in the mirror. Yep, science says it's one of the best ways to burn glucose. Why? The more muscle mass you have, the better your body can use glucose. So, if you want to fight diabetes, head to the gym and lift some weights. Now, let's say your goal is to tackle high blood pressure or high cholesterol. What should you do? Time to unleash your inner marathoner or speed walker, no judgment here. Aerobic exercises like jogging or brisk walking are the gold standard for reducing blood pressure and cholesterol levels. So, that's the answer to what kind of exercise you should do: resistance training for diabetes, aerobics for high blood pressure. But friends, of course you don't have to follow this to the letter. Any kind of exercise is far better than doing nothing. Aerobics, lifting weights at the gym, a group class, or even just fast walking. You could even start pole dancing if you feel up to it. Whatever you enjoy, just remember the key here is consistency. And that's why exercise should be part of your morning routine. Day 5, don't skip breakfast. Alright, next up is day 5. Make sure you're not skipping breakfast. Have some protein, but make it a complete meal. Yep, breakfast, the most hyped, studied, debated meal, and still just a cup of coffee and a prayer for so many people. Now, remember that old saying about breakfast being the most important meal of the day? That was actually a marketing slogan invented by Kellogg's in 1917 to help sell the new cereals, and guess what? It worked, at least in the US. So why am I telling you not to skip breakfast? Because of science. 2 studies from 2024, one from France and one from Japan, say that skipping breakfast can actually accelerate the progression of kidney disease. You see, the French study focused more on the quality of the meals, and the Japanese study, as you'll see, actually links skipping breakfast to a higher risk of CKD progression. I won't dive too deep into the studies because what matters most for us is that you're getting the nutrients and hydration you need, starting with breakfast. And I know the intermittent fasting crowd is probably fuming right now, especially if you're watching this in the morning while still grumpy that your eating window hasn't opened yet. I've talked about the benefits of intermittent fasting, especially for diabetes, and yes, I've done it in the past, so I'm not necessarily against it. But fasting isn't a lifestyle, it's a tool. It's like duct tape, great in the right situation, but a terrible way to hold your life together. So, breakfast, the holy grail that Kellogg's hyped up, isn't exactly that. But should you randomly skip meals just because it was cool in 2021? Absolutely not. Skipping breakfast isn't the only way to lose weight. A balanced, low-protein, plant-based diet works just as well, without making your kidneys scream for help. Fasting is just a short-term tool. When people turn fasting into a bad habit, they're the ones left cleaning up the mess, literally. Bottom line, science says skipping breakfast can harm your kidneys, so unless you hate your kidneys, make it a habit to eat something in the morning. Day 6. Take vitamin D in the morning. Next up, Day 6. Another great morning habit we can start is taking vitamin D in the morning. Kidney vitamin. Have you taken it yet, or are you one of those people thinking, nah, I get enough sun? Warning, unless you're sunbathing daily like a lizard in July, you probably don't. So, supplement in the morning. Why in the morning? Vitamin D doesn't just manage bone health and calcium levels, it actually whispers to your body, hey, the sun's up, act like it. It's your body's way of saying rise and shine, without needing a triple espresso. Taking it at night, though? Not ideal. Your body needs it in the morning, so use it to set your circadian rhythm like an internal alarm clock. Now, what about vitamin D in your kidneys? Far too many people with CKD are still deficient in it today, and that deficiency is actually linked to faster kidney function decline. Here's a fun fact about vitamin D in your skin. Did you know people with darker skin tones are at higher risk of deficiency? That's due to lower production from sunlight. But don't think you're off the hook if your skin's as pale as a ghost. I've seen people with light skin and vitamin D levels so low I had to double-check the results weren't a typo. The takeaway, vitamin D deficiency doesn't discriminate, it's an equal opportunity offender. That's why, when it comes to vitamin D, you not only want to make it a morning habit, you also want to get your levels checked. Get the 25-hydroxy vitamin D test. No, it's not a famous DJ, it's the test you need to know where you stand. Get tested, it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to vitamin D. Day 7. Take AB vitamin complex. And since we're talking vitamins, there's another group of vitamins you should also be taking in the morning, a whole group, actually. Day 7. Take a full B vitamin complex. These vitamins, especially B12, are your morning champions for energy and fighting anemia. Have you ever noticed that after taking a multivitamin, you feel like you could run a marathon, or at least wash the dishes without collapsing? That's B12 kicking in. Here's a cool tip, some people actually use B12 as a coffee substitute. Yep, it's like espresso in pill form, no caffeine for those afraid of the jitters. For people with diabetes, this is especially great because B12 helps convert food into energy. It's like a triple win. But of course, for kidney disease, the main benefit of B vitamins is their ability to fight anemia. This is a serious and very common complication of kidney disease that, unfortunately, often gets overlooked. Yeah, some doctors don't take it seriously enough, and that puts CKD patients at risk. Statistically, 70% of CKD patients suffer from anemia. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Wishing you all the best, stay safe and goodbye.